Welcome back, everyone. Chief Angel Cortes is with us from the Lima Police Department, getting his feet wet in the job. And I know you guys have been busy out there. We think about this time of year, and I know just because more people are out and about and you have gatherings, crime tends to tick up a little bit. Are there certain things you look for, more thefts, that kind of thing, or is there a trend you see?
Well, certainly this time of year, everybody's out and enjoying the weather and stuff, and things do have a likelihood of getting a little bit more busy for us. The thing we've been noticing a lot is we've been getting a lot of stolen cars here within the last month or so, okay? And we believe that we have the people in custody who were doing that. However, it's important to remind people that just a simple act of locking their cars and taking the keys in the house with them could prevent 80% of those problems, because these new cars are a lot harder to steal than the old ones.
Yeah.
So just put that reminder out there. Just lock it up and take the keys in the house with you.
It'll make it a lot more tough for them. The other thing we think about, too, folks that live in town, or even if you live in the country, I think sometimes we get a little lackadaisical about locking our doors to the house, too. Is that a simple thing we can do to prevent some problems?
Yeah, it's not. That isn't a huge issue in Lima, honestly. But obviously, if you have valuables in the house and if you want to feel safe and secure in your home, one of the first things you want to do is lock your door after you go inside the house or when you leave. I'm not saying it doesn't happen here, but if you make your residence, your car, or anything that you own an easy target, well, that's what the criminals are going to go for. They don't want to work hard to get what they want for free. They want to get it easily. So just make the targets harder.
Yeah, they're lazy by nature, and that's what they want is to get the easy score. You know, the other thing I know you guys have been working on for the past couple of years is nuisance things. People that live in town, or especially residents who have lived here for a long time, and it's noise and it's, people speeding up and down the street. How's that going? I know that you guys have made a concerted effort to crack down on that.
Well, that's always a complaint during this time of the year. The loud noise complaints, music, the speeding, and the juveniles hanging out way after curfew. And we address those as the calls come in, but as a preventative, we have the speed trailers at certain locations now that display the people's speed. And we'll leave it out there for a couple weeks and then follow that up with enforcement, give them a chance to slow down on their own, voluntary compliance. But if they don't want to do it that way, then we'll issue them a citation. And we just encourage the parents, responsible guardians, just get your kids in after curfew.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason for that, number one. And mostly important is for the safety of the children. They shouldn't be out after 10, 11, or 12 o'clock, depending on what age they are. But get them in the house and make sure they're home.
Yeah, that you mentioned the apparatus you have that tells you your speed. And I saw it yesterday, I think, on Market Street Boulevard area. Yeah. That works, especially with that blue flashing light. All of a sudden, you're like, ooh, I need to slow it down a little bit.
So the flashing light comes on if it detects that you're over the speed limit. And I went down Market Street, too. Which is usually the way I take when I go to a certain meeting, but the traffic was 10 miles an hour slower than it usually is. But that's why we put it there. People forget that that's 35 miles an hour, and it's so far between stoplight to stoplight, they'll be doing 45 and 50. Well, guess what? People live in that neighborhood, and it's a disturbance to them, and so we have to do something about it.
Yeah. Last thing, the fireworks rules changed a little bit this year, but I know you guys always preach safety. That's another thing that we don't want to hear them going off at 2 in the morning in the neighborhood and bugging people.
Exactly. We want you to celebrate July 4th, and there are other holidays that they're allowed to fire off fireworks. It's not, they can't do it any day of the week or anything like that, but we encourage safety. Don't shoot your fireworks towards other people's homes, and, enjoy the holiday, but cut it off at a certain time so your neighbors can go to sleep, so the people 2 blocks away from you can go to sleep, because, sometimes, and dogs, so sometimes you just need to cut it off and save it for another day.
That's right. Be respectful. Well, Chief, we know you've been busy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Good seeing you.
Good to be here.
Don't go away. Medical news coming up next on Noon Edition.